Okay, so now I'm joined by David Clark. He's from Solace and he is the facilitator for Proposition 1. David, thank you very much for joining us on Solace TV. So David, tell me, sum up your proposition in a couple of sentences.
Okay, the proposition is that we can't keep on going on the same way we do, and that we've got to start sharing services and sharing delivery models a lot better.
And what are the key issues involved in that proposition?
The crucial one really is about local authorities think they can transform services by getting into partnership, either with other local authorities, with the third sector, or with the private sector. Maybe they can. But the slight drawback is that they don't really know how to dance. At the moment, if you wanted to learn to waltz, what would you do? Well, you'd probably find somebody else who can waltz, and in an ideal universe, two people could hear the same music. Actually, if neither of those principles are true, how do we get into partnership? So what we're going to explore is how do you get yourself in a fit state to actually be able to partner with anybody else.
And what do you think the heated points of discussion will be?
I think a lot of local authorities, certainly the ones I've led in the past, sometimes have difficulty in even being in tune with themselves. So you'll see social service departments or social workers who don't really get on with the teachers, and the environmental health officers and don't know that they're actually part of the same system. So if the authority isn't unified and doesn't have a unified purpose, how can it then express that purpose to a potential partner? I think the other thing is that we end up saying we're sharing services and saying we're in partnership, but in fact it's an old-fashioned procurement. If you look at it, there's a nice specification, you do what I tell you, and so on. So really the issue is, can you get yourself in order and then give up power and responsibility to others to genuinely share? And that's quite hard.
How are you hoping that participants can really get involved and help out?
Okay, well, I've got a kind of brains trust of chief execs from the private sector, the public sector and the third sector, who are all putting forward their points of view. But then what I want the audience to do is to actually put forward their points of view, with the idea being that at the end of it, there's a checklist. If you, God forbid, became a chief executive of a local authority tomorrow, we could give you 2 sides of A4 that said, look, if you're really thinking of getting into the sharing and transformational agenda, look at your own organisation and tick off these boxes first.
So you mentioned that you're looking for a checklist there. What else are you hoping to achieve? And are you excited about the new way of doing things this year?
I think that it's always a shame to get a load of great brains in a room and then just lecture them. It seems better to actually mine what's in their own heads and then dish it out to somebody else, and that's what we're going to try and do.
Great. Well, David, that's all we've got time for now, but I'm sure we'll catch up with you throughout the summit. Thank you very much for joining us on Solace TV.
Thanks very much.